here we're on part 2 of the problem, and this problem says Mr. Fan borrowed $16,000 to buy a car. The loan is for 5%. It's compound annually. He doesn't make any deposits or withdrawals. What's the closest to the balance at the end of 5 years? Okay, so once again, we're looking here to determine. Is this question asking me for interest? And it's not, because we can't. We see interest here, but it says interest compound annually. But this question is not asking me for interest. So we know that we're looking for the total amount. We know that the principal is $16,000. The rate is 0.05, and the time is 5 years. All right. So our formula again is A equals P parentheses 1 plus R close parentheses raised to the time. And I did not put parentheses there. There we go. Okay. So that's going to be our 16,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.05. And we're raising that to the, what's my time? 5 years? All right, so there we go. Let's go to our calculator. It tells us that our answer is 20,420, and that's 0.505. Our closest answer is C. Okay. All right. So now, which one of the following saving plans results in the greatest amount of money? All right. So with these types of problems, all you're doing is you're taking the amount of money and you're multiplying it by how long it's being saved. So this first one is basically 300 times 5. Okay. That's 300 times 5. And that's 1,500. And that's for this first one. The second one, well, it's just a one-time payment of $1,500, or $15,500. Okay. The next one is $50 times 35 months, and 50 times 35 is, I'm not showing this these calculations for the sake of time. Okay, so far that is the greatest. And then the last one is 150 times 6 months. Okay, and that answer is $900. So on these problems, all you're doing is you're taking the amount of money and you're multiplying it by how many times it's happening. And that's going to give you your answer to this problem. And we want to know which one results in saving the greatest amount of money. That's C. Real simple problem. All right. Here, Katrina deposits $5,000 into a savings account that pays 4% simple interest. How much will she have in her account for 10 years to make no additional deposits? All right. So we know that this is a simple interest problem, right? Okay. My question is here. How much will she have in her account for 10 years if she makes no additional deposit? Is it asking me for interest? How much will she have in her account? Does it say how much interest? No, it does not. So that is the total amount. Principal is $5,000. Rate, oh, I can go with time. It's 10. And my rate is 0.04. Okay. Our formula here is I equal PRT. And remember, that's going to give you interest, so that's 5,000 times 10 times 0.04. And we'll do this in Desmos. 5,000 times, oh, that looks like a 6,000. 5,000 times 10 times, and it say 2,000 is my answer. So that equals 2,000. Okay, and we don't need the interest, we need the total amount. So that's 5,000 plus 2,000 to give you 7,000 as my final answer, D. Okay. All right, now this one, I tell you what, let's do 10 and then let's come back and hit 9. I'm gonna do 10 really quick and then I'll come back and hit 9. Brittany plans to attend the university at graduation. This is just like the other problem. For 1 year, the tuition will be $15,000 plus an additional $12,000. All right. So I know that Brittany, she got to pay $15,000 plus $12,000. Okay. So that's 15,000 plus 12,000. And that's going to be a total of 27,000 that she has to pay. All right. Her parents are going to pay 80% of that. So this is where that percent comes in. You do 80 divided by 100, and that gives you 0.8. Okay. So what's going to happen now is you got 27 times 0.8. This is going to tell you how much Brittany needs to pay. I'm sorry, I didn't finish reading the problem at all. Her parents are going to pay 80% of the cost per year, and she's going to pay the rest. She has 1 year to save enough money to attend her first year of college. What is the minimum amount of money that she needs to save every month to reach her goals? Okay, so 27,000 times 8%. And that gives you 21,600. Okay. So that's how much her parents are paying. How much is she going to pay? Well, to figure that out, I'm going to do 27,000 minus the 21,600. And I'm not showing these calculations on the computer because I'm just trying to save time, we're flipping back and forth to Desmos. But that answer is 5,400, okay? So this is how much Brittany has to pay. Now, how long does she have to pay it? Well, she's saving for 12 months. So I'm going to divide that by 12. I know that that's 12 months because the problem says she has 1 year. 1 year is 12 months. So she's going to be saving a certain amount of money each month. That's 5,400 divided by 12. And the answer here is $450. All right. That's our answer. All right. Now let's go up to number 9 because I skipped that one. Because 9 is pretty heavy. All right. So this is telling you that the annual interest rate and the term of the loan, how long the loan is, affects the monthly payments and the total amount that has to be repaid. All right, that makes sense. Okay, Mike is borrowing $5,000 to repair his cars. They've narrowed it down to the following 3 choices. All right, so let's look at this. So on the first one, our principal. So what's happening here is you have your principal, your rate, and your time on all of these. The principal for all of them is going to be $5,000. So on the first one, you have $5,000, and this is simple interest because it says 8% simple interest. So that's 5,000 times 0.08 times 5. Okay, and I'm going to use my handheld calculator because it's just faster. And it tells me that the answer is $2,000. So under this one, he's going to be paying $2,000. So now I'm going to move on to the next one, which is still $5,000 times, my rate is different, 0.06 times 5.5 years. Okay, and that equals, spread that out. So we got 5,000 times 0.06 times 5.5. So this is $1,650 that he's paying in interest. Okay. The next one is 5% for 6 years. So that's going to be 5,000 times 0.05. Times 6 years. So that's 5,000 times 0.05 times 6. And it tells me that this is 1,500. 8, 5. Alright, so based on the information table, which statement is true? Option A is the best option because it has the fewest amount of years. Option A is not the best option. It does have the fewest amount of years, but that's $2,000 that he's paying. Option B and C are great options because they require the same amount. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be honest. I made a boo-boo on that one. But C will have a lower monthly payment. Option B and C are great options because they require the same amount of interest to be repaid, but B will have lower monthly payments. Hey, listen, this problem Mr. George messed up on. I put the wrong table in. Yeah, I put the wrong table in. This table on this problem is incorrect. So forgive Mr. George. I was playing with a few different tables. And this one is the one that got in. But based off of what's been said, which one would be the best option? This is actually really simple. It will be option C because you're paying the least amount of interest here. If that makes sense. Again, that's my fault. As I was creating it, I had 3 different tables that I was going to use to give you guys this example. And the table that I wanted to put in is not in. But yeah, that's it. This video is longer than what I wanted it to be, so I'm going to end it there. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, Friday, in class.